Gold has made another new high. Bitcoin has made another all-time new high over the past week. S&P 500 is booming as per normal. The interest rates are possibly going down. The Federal Reserve is possibly thinking about lowering interest rates or keeping them the same or raising the interest rates, one of the three. You've just found out about the hype of Bitcoin and you're wondering, should I buy now? Should I not buy now? Is it too late? Is it too early? Which one is it? If these are all of the things that you want to know and you're worried about whether you should or shouldn't buy Bitcoin or whether you think you're missing out, this is the video for you. My name is David Dawn, and in this video I'm going to tell you what my expectations are of Bitcoin, what I am going to do with my money and what I've done with my money in the past and why I'm going to do this. So if you're wanting to listen to what I'm going to do with my portfolio, please feel free to continue watching. Now, if you want financial advice, I am not the person for that. I am literally just a person sat in front of a monitor, talking to a microphone, looking at candles going up and down, which relate to my money. But if you do want to listen, please feel free, sit back, drink a coffee, and let's dive right in. Okay, with that said, let's look straight into the charts of Bitcoin and see what's going on right now. Okay, currently right now we have absolute extreme greed in the market, and when we look at the weekly chart of Bitcoin, you see this absolute euphoria. And I've spoke about in other videos, you see like this is a nice linear growth here. And I'll even this is a very conservative growth. And this is a little bit more euphoric, optimistic growth. But even if the Bitcoin price was going to follow these lines, you know, if this is just supposed to be a little bit more optimistic growth over the future, at one point, Bitcoin has got to come back down to this line. The question is, where is it going to come back down onto this line? Because we've seen over the past, it always comes back down to the mean, you know, so where is it going to come back down to it? Now, I appreciate you want to buy into Bitcoin. You know, this is what happens when you just get into something new and you think you're missing out on something. Well, you know, this is okay, and you can buy Bitcoin right now. Don't get me wrong, as long as you're willing to sit out and wait for all of this time, because it will come up here, all right? It will come up here, but you've got to have patience. You've got to be able to sleep at night if you're going to invest at the top. All right. So I'm not telling you don't buy Bitcoin. Now, there is a high likelihood that with all of the FOMO, with all of the media, with all the hype, that over the coming weeks or coming months, that this price of Bitcoin is going to boom up here. There's a high likelihood of that. Now, but if there's a high likelihood of it coming up here, we all know what the opposite of a high likelihood is. When it hits here, it's going to come down quickly, like a roller coaster, right? The faster it goes up, the longer it goes up, the quicker it's going to come down and the further it's going to come down, right? As we can see, when it comes up nice and gradual, nice and stable, it keeps that price. So we can see here, this is a stable price. So anywhere around this area, and this is like the 28,000 mark, 30,000 mark, is stable. But you see here, the breakout began. The breakout began. This is when the non-investors are getting into the market. This is when the people think, oh, it's going now, I could make some money. And these people will make some money. But this is the euphoria, right? But retail traders are not in yet, right? And retail traders are nothing more than the people to stand at the table when all of the big investors, all of the big people have left the room, right? And you are left standing there with your with all of the crap that's in your hand. And then finally, one of the investors who sat there, and he was the one that pulled the short straw. He or she is the person who is going to pull the rug, right? And what does this mean when that one final person pulls the rug? It's the dump, right? Pump, run, and dump. That one person is there to sell off everything they've got quickly, because all of the people that have bought low, all of the investors, the early investors that have bought low, have made profits everywhere. And their final job now is to make it dump, right? So all of these investors can buy back in again. And who's going to be left standing at the top? The retail traders, the people who bought at the top. So if you're going to FOMO in, fear of missing out, Get in there today. Get in there today, because that is FOMOing in. If you want to FOMO in, get in there today. And if not, wait a little bit longer till it goes up, then FOMO in, right? Because you'll make these big investors stay in the market because they'll make lots of money. If you want to feed that, then buy today, because you will make the investors come back and they will buy twice as hard down here to push the price up, twice as big for it to drop even further, even harder, to put volatility in the market. Traditionally speaking, when more investors, when more bankers, when more people, retail brokers come into the market, the volatility goes down, right? So what with us seeing this huge volatility, that means that it's not stable enough for the big investment banks to come in yet. It needs to be not volatile anymore, right? Look at gold. It went up 0.89%, and that is a massive jump, massive jump. That's not volatile, but for gold it is. That's hugely volatile for gold. But for Bitcoin, 0.89%, that wouldn't even hit the news. It wouldn't even make CoinMarketCap move, all right? And the internet would go to sleep on a 0.89%. So this is what you've got to understand. If you want to buy in at the top, you've got to think about where is the smart money going to buy it back when they flush it, when they cash out at the top. So someone made a comment on one of the videos, right? And I want you to think about this, yeah? I want you to think about this, because let's think about, is there logic, reasoning, rationality in this statement? Let's just say, for example, that you buy in here and this red bit is your losses and this green bit is your profits. Let's say that you buy in here, right? And let's say that you buy in at 63,000 euros, just as an arbitrary number, right? Which is roughly the price today. And you say, okay, I'm all right by putting my stop losses at 49,000. Yeah, I'm all right with that. But I'm going to take profits, and I'm going to take profits when it gets to, wait a second, I'm going to take profits when it gets to 172,000 and not a penny before. But I'm happy. I mean, that's like a 5, 6, 7x here, but I'm happy to lose my money at 49,000, right? Now let's think about the smart money. The smart money is going, all right, there's loads of people on the internet here saying that they're going to put their stop losses at 49,000. And that investment banker or those hedge fund manager or whoever's going, well, they've put a lot of money in here and they've got leverage to 100x on this. So why don't we just put our buy order here? When that person capitulates and sells, because they've got to buy here, which means that they've got to sell here, which means someone's got to buy here. So the investment bankers are like, dude, I'll get on that. I'll buy that. Not a problem. And so they get it at a discount. Thanks, because all this leverage is the thing that's going to push it up. So if you're willing to lose your money here, why don't you just move your buy order to the place where you're willing to lose money and then move it to a place where you think, I'm definitely not going to lose here, right? And make this a little bit smaller. Isn't that not more logical? You know, I keep saying, if you go into a car dealership and they're saying, I'm selling the car for $20,000, and then you say, can I have a discount? And the guy goes, yeah, I'll sell it to you for 18. And you go, that's an awesome deal. I'll give you 25. The dealer is literally going to put you down at the desk, get you sign that paperwork, take the money from you so fast, it's going to be unreal. Is that logical? No. Why would you want to pay a 25% up more money for something that's worth 18,000? The guy's giving you a 10% discount instantly. First time you asked, that meant that the car was already overpriced, right? And the dealer thought, well, if anyone doesn't come in and doesn't ask for a discount, then I'm not going to give them any discount. But if someone does come in and ask for a discount, I'll put it down to 18. Now, the likelihood is if you said, 18's still a little bit expensive, can you go any further? It'd have probably said, oh, you know what? I can go down to 17.5. That would have been a great deal then, because at least you've got an additional $500 or pounds or whatever off the car. Now, the next person comes in and says, oh, I've just heard that you've sold that car for 25. Can I have a discount? He goes, yeah, I'll give you 23,000 for the car. You know, you get it cheaper than the other guy. Then you say, oh, that's brilliant. I'll give you 28. Where is the sense in that? There's no sense in that. So why would you do that with Bitcoin today? Why? Why would you be super vigilant with your money when you go and buy iPhones or other things, or go to the supermarket and look for sale items and look for a bargain, selling on eBay, this, that, and the other? Why are you like that? When you go for a job interview, why are you always looking for more money, not less money? Why are you doing that? Why are you FOMOing into this when you know there's a huge possibility? It's actually a 33% possibility that you'll lose your money. David, why 33%? Well, because 33% chances it will go up. 33% chance it will stay the same price, and 33% chance it will go down. Now, how far it goes up, how long it stays the same price, and how far it goes down is open for discussion, all right? But only time will tell with this. Now, time, this is the only key factor that you can manipulate, right? Because you don't have to buy right now. You can wait. And every single day that you see extreme greed in the market, and you see my videos saying FOMO or don't buy, right? Or other people's videos saying, buy, panic buy now, you've got to buy, the price is going to go up. This is euphoria, and don't buy on euphoria. Now, if you haven't done much mathematics in your life, right, which is okay, right, let's just have a quick look at this. Right, we see a line going here, nice gradual linear line, all right, which is normal. Every year inflation goes up 2%, the prices increase, the salaries increase, everything increases nice and gradually, right? Everyone is happy because everyone has the same amount of money. And then suddenly, let's get the pen here, then suddenly something happens, and that makes the price of everything start moving, and they're like, oh, what's going on? And then suddenly it goes even more, and it goes even more, and it goes even more, right? This here is called euphoria, right? This is an exponential growth, right? Because something is increasing faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And this is not sustainable, okay? The market cannot sustain this. Just go and do a little bit of mathematics and you'll work out that the prices are just going to explode, and no one can sustain this, because in the end there's going to be something called hyperinflation, and you're going to be buying a loaf of bread for $5 trillion, all right? And this has happened multiple times in multiple countries over the past 20-30 years. So when you start looking at these prices getting euphoric and saying buy in right now, there's got to be someone else on the other side of that trade. If you're buying something, someone's got to be selling something. If you're selling something, someone's got to be buying something. What you've got to do before you buy something is think, is that other person going to be crying because they've lost all their money when they sell? Or are they going to be laughing and buying a Ferrari when they sell? Are they going to be happy when they've sold? Or have they made money when they've sold? This is what you need to be. You need to be the one who's going to be getting the good deal, who's going to be getting everything at a discount. Buy Bitcoin at a discount. Don't buy it when it's overpriced, right? It's marked up at the moment. The price is marked up heavily. Look at history. Let's go to the monthly market, right? Monthly. Look at this. It went boom, 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 up. And then it dropped down just as quickly, all right? It went back up again and dropped down even faster, even further. So do you want to be the person sat up here for 1, 2, 3 months there, and then it goes up again? You're like, I'm going to buy some more at the top. And then it goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 months before it hits the bottom, and then on some. So why would you not want to wait until we see some red candles, right? See some red candles and see how far it goes, because you've got the future. The time is the one thing that you can manipulate, right? Because you can wait, right? You can't travel in time, but what you can do is you can meet the price in the future, right? By keeping your dollars, keeping your euros invested into something stable, right? So stable that you know you're going to get a little bit of interest on it. So it does increase with inflation over time. Now, if you're going to put your money into Bitcoin, and you think this is the logic now. Let's use logic and reasoning. If you have, say, $5,000 sat in your bank right now, and you want to invest that money into Bitcoin, what you could do, and this is only mathematics, all right? This is not financial advice. What you could do is say, I believe, which is okay, that the price of Bitcoin in 12 months is going to be more than it is today, right? And if I buy every single month, right, 1/12, or I use 1/12 of the money that I want to invest, and I buy it on the same day at the same time every single month, then sometimes you'll win and sometimes you'll lose, right? This is called dollar cost averaging. Now, this is also wise investing because you're adding time, right? You're adding time to the equation, and you're adding reason to the equation. You're adding logic to the equation. You see what I mean? So you have to think about adding logic, reasoning, and rationality to the equation, and add time and patience to it too. If you can do all of these things, then, and you can step back and think, what is the same person or you, what are they going to say in 2 weeks' time about the trade? Are they going to regret it, or are they going to be happy about it? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself today. Now, if you can answer these questions today and be happy with the answer in 2 weeks, 6 months, or 2 years, right, then do whatever it is you've got to do today. This is the only advice I'm giving you right now, is think about the future yourself and think about what you are going to judge about your actions that you've made today or tomorrow, without any logic, right? When you panic, when there's a car accident or fatality, and the doctors or the emergency services, they do triage, they look for the people with shock. The people with shock are normally the ones running around screaming and shouting, talking nonsense, right? These people are dangerous because they don't know what they're doing right now. They just need water, they need to sit down, they need warmth, they need comforting until they've got some rationality back, they've got logic back. And once they do, then they know, okay, I'm able to think for myself right now. So this is what you've got to do. You've got to think, okay, am I in shock right now? Am I impatient? Am I being illogical? With that said, I just want to say thank you very much to every single person that has watched my videos, every single person that's liked it, every single person that's commented on it, right? And these videos are there to safeguard you, right? These videos are there to give you that quick slap, to give you another person to say, that other person is thinking the way that I should be thinking, right? Remember, this is my money. You see these lines on the charts? These lines on the chart are putting my mouth where my money is, okay? 72,000, I'm selling some Bitcoin. 73,000, approximately, these are approximate lines, but 73,000, I'm selling more Bitcoin. 67,000, I'm selling more Bitcoin, right? And at 50,000, 49, 48, 47, 65, 4, 3, 2, and 1, I'm buying other Bitcoin back that I sold at 62,000, okay? All this Bitcoin I bought back in November 2021, or October, November here, and I watched it crash and crash and crash and crash and crash. But we cleverly bought back in, and we all bought back in. We bought back in the 40s and stuff, but then we didn't buy any further. And this is the biggest regret that I've got right now, and this is why I'm making these videos. The biggest regret that me and my wife have right now is that we didn't buy here. All right. This is the regret, because if I had bought here, it would have offset this, and this would have offset this. And so now all of this money here would have made this money not a loss anymore with just the smallest movement. So what I'm saying to you is please don't buy here, right? Have some patience and buy here and buy here and buy here and buy here, because it's going to come there. It's going to come, all right? It's just a matter of time. With that said, thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because I am making more videos, and definitely don't forget to comment down below. And if you've got any news or anything that you think is worthwhile talking about, I want to hear your opinion. We're in a world where you should be able to express your opinion, and I want to hear all of them regardless of what you think, because it helps me to understand what the opposite side of the coin is, right? Because it might be that I'm thinking the wrong way and you're thinking the other way. Please, let's have a discussion. Let's try and be smarter every day. Let's try and be the smart money. I love the channel Smarter Every Day, but I think it's a good way of saying try and be a little bit smarter today than what you were yesterday, and try and think like the smart money and don't be the dumb money. All right. With that said, thank you very much for watching. And if you are the last person, or if you've been watching all the way to the end, you must know that my prediction is to buy at... Where is it? I'm sorry about this. Where is the arrow? Where is the arrow? Where's it gone? It's a little bit annoying. Oh, there you are. My opinion is that this here is the line. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the previous video. So go on my videos and watch the previous one that I did yesterday that I released on the 9th of March, and you'll understand what it is. And go all the way to the end of the video and I'll explain it. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.